right along, we're going to proceed to the fourth bill on our agenda.
In a room filled with law enforcement,
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the House Judiciary Committee.
proposed legislation impacting law enforcement was bound to get some scrutiny.
In this particular case, restricting the appropriate use of prone restraints is unacceptable.
At issue,
Placing a person under arrest is a rapidly evolving and often tense scenario.
a particular way officers restrain someone during an arrest.
9 News' prone investigation uncovered 132 cases nationwide since 2010, resulting in over $145 million in settlements.
Prone or face-down restraint is common when officers attempt to handcuff someone.
Just prone him out.
But as our multi-year investigation found, sometimes officers linger on the backs of those they've handcuffed for too long, and people die.
An investigation conducted by our local 9 News found that since 2010, more than 130 people nationwide have been killed from the misuse of prone restraint.
House Bill 1372, as originally drafted, would have said officers can only use prone restraint when they fear for their lives, something officers opposed vigorously.
In this position, they can more safely be handcuffed and taken into custody.
In the end, their words worked, but so too did the words.
Excuse me?
The words of the mother of Elijah McClain,
Thank you.
the man who was held prone by Aurora officers in 2019.
Anytime I talk about my son, I cry.
My son died in the prone position because your law enforcement officers decided that their training was more important than listening to my son about his own body.
She urged passage of an amended bill. As legislators heard of more deaths we covered extensively. Chad Burnett, 2020, Colorado Springs. Arthur Roybal, 2022, Adams County.
Once secured, they should be immediately brought to a recovery position that allows for normal breathing.
By an 8-3 vote, the bill passed out of committee. Should it become law, officers will have no choice. Once handcuffed, get them on their side, let them breathe freely. Something the U.S. Department of Justice recommended back in 1995. Chris Vanderveen, 9 News.
The bill's sponsors say it addresses some of the holes in the major police reform efforts of 2022. Back then, they restricted the use of carotid or neck holds, but they didn't address this issue. The officers present today said after the bill was amended, they would no longer oppose it.